Tim, I think I need your help again. I have here several files that are closed. They have reached their ARP, Administrative Retention Period. And what do I have to do with them? Do I have to do a sampling, eliminate them, transfer them? I need a little help from my friends.
Yes, and I am there for you, Vincent. So it depends. It depends on the category of the file. If your file is linked to a category for transfer to the historical archives, it will be transferred. If it is for elimination, it will be eliminated. And some categories ask you to do a sampling or a selection of the files before some of them will be transferred and other ones
Mhm.
will be eliminated. So we do this in NomCom. This is called the first review requests. The first review requests execute the post-ARP actions of the files that have arrived at the end of their administrative retention period. So a file may be transferred or can be eliminated directly or via a sampling selection procedure first. So in NomCom, we go to administration and then we choose first review. So you can do this as a file user. Just below the logo of NomCom, you click on create first review request. So as you can see here, you have the different post-ARP actions. So um, every category has one of those actions. So you will have to, if you have files with different post-ARP actions, because they have different categories, you will have each year, you will have to create different first review requests. So in this case, we're going to create a first review request only for files that have as a post-ARP action transfer to the historical archives for permanent preservation. This is this one. The other options are for second review, transfer with second review by the historical archives, direct elimination, sampling, or selection. So I choose transfer for permanent preservation. I put your service in charge of the first review. I will put a subject. So imagine that you are going to uh, uh, transfer files about state aids. Then you also have to give as much as information as possible. So I'm going to type in over here in the comments state aid given given in 2013 and 14. So as editors, always it's a good option to add your DMO team as additional first review editors, so the DMO can follow up in case of you would be absent during the procedure. Uh, the has comments will only be filled in when the historical archive services, that is has, will refuse your request and send it back to you. They will communicate the reason why over here. So then you click on create to create the request. You will find it over here in the list of created requests with the information over here. And then as always, come to this place to manage the file selection. So imagine that you are looking for the files that are located under this specific heading code. You will find those files via the search form. Notice that you will only find files that are closed, that have reached the end of the administrative retention period, and of which the category of the file matches to the type of first review, which is transferred to historical archives for permanent preservation, and the files that are not on legal hold, because when they are on legal hold, they cannot be edited. So notice over here, the results can be displayed over different pages. You can increase the number of results on the page. You select the files you want to add to your first review request. You click on add to list. You check down below if the files are there, and then you click on save. So it is possible that you will also have to transfer physical items, so archive boxes or binders that are still lying around over there. So in that, for that reason, you have the possibility over here to update the physical items. If you click on update physical items, you can check for every file that you have if the physical items are there, the binders and the archive boxes are there, or you can add more if you want. You just close this window by clicking on the little cross in the top right hand corner of the window. So once you have done updating your physical items, you can go to the tab Transfer Information, and to get this information filled in by the system, you have to click on Generate Summary. You will see this can take up to 10 minutes time before the system will fill in this information, so you can take a little break, go and drink a coffee or a tea, and then come back to export the basic file list. So I'm going to show you the basic file list over here. This is an example of the basic file list, also called archive transmission form, bordereau de transmission. So there's always a start page, and then in the next page you will see the physical items, and you have to fill in the columns and then put this document in an Ares workflow with an EC Network workflow, for example. So uh, this is all this work can be done by the file user. So now the file user has to submit his request to the DMO, giving the DMO's file reader rights on the files in the transfer request. So that's for the file user. So I propose in the next video we will show you what the DMO has to do. Vincent, what do you
Hmm.
think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to stop here, and in the next video we'll see what happens after the submission to the DMO.
Okay, see you in a
Thank you,
bit.
Tim. You made it all clear. I heard before of this first review request, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And again, you made it clear as day. Thank you, Tim. See you soon.
Thank you, see you.
Bye bye.
Ciao.